My story is one of post-abortion grief. I had an abortion in my early 20s because of my mental health. What was my mental health? I was emotionally distressed because it was an unplanned pregnancy. Therefore, the doctor approved it. That is the main reason for the majority of abortions performed every year. If it is unplanned and unwanted, it is the woman's right to choose. And the health and the well-being of the baby is not considered. In rare cases, there are complications, and that is my story. And the realisation that babies in the womb are little humans growing and developing from conception, a living being until you end their lives medically or surgically. Mine was a second trimester abortion, a dilation and evacuation. It was less than 23 weeks. My baby, or babies, as I believe I had twins, were dismembered. How do I know? Because hours after being discharged from the Memorial Hospital, I needed emergency care because I had an infection. I was rushed by ambulance into intensive care at the Modbury Hospital. I had septicemia, blood poisoning. It was life-threatening. My doctor was contacted, but he never showed up. From ICU, I went onto a ward and the pain started back up again. And when I told the nurse, she reassured me it was normal because they'd given me something to remove the retained products. I didn't know what she meant. I was handed a bedpan and told to ring the bell when I passed anything. It wasn't long before I was passing what I thought was large blood clots. They were taken away to be examined, and she came back to tell me, well, you just passed an arm and legs. I was horrified. Back then, we were told it was just cells. It wasn't a life, and it was legal. In my anger, I sued my doctor, thinking that it would bring closure. But all it has done has intensified my guilt and my shame. That image has haunted me, but on reflection, what has it done to the nurses and doctors on duty that day? They did not sign up for that. This bill gives no concern to the mental health of our medical and health practitioners involved in abortions. South Australian Health states that abortion procedures are safe. So why are there still so many complications occurring every year? The latest statistics we have is 2017, and 125 women had complications, 99 for retained products, much less than the year before of 123. How is their mental health today? Were they offered counselling? Because I certainly wasn't. Post-abortion grief is real. And every woman needs to know what those signs are so she can get help and counselling and be encouraged to do it. They use mental health as the reason for abortion, but the mental health post-abortion is far greater and more damaging. For every other operation, we are told in minute detail what the procedure will be, but not for an abortion. If this is all about healthcare, why do they hide the reality of it? When women realise the truth of abortion, there is deep grief of guilt, regret, and shame. I know because I lived it for years in silence. But then on the 16th of August 2019, I went to Emerge Retreat, a healing retreat for post-abortive women, run by compassionate and understanding women through Genesis Pregnancy Support. It's where I went from bondage to freedom because Jesus died for all my sins, and that included my guilt and my shame. God's love, mercy, grace and forgiveness brings healing to broken lives and hope for the future. My hidden shame of 34 years became my freedom story, and that is why I share it, because I am giving a voice to my unborn, a voice to the voiceless, and to women out there who are still held in the bondage of guilt, regret and shame. You deserve healing. Your past is not your future. Get counselling. I strongly suggest it. I regret my abortion and I will be silent no more.